All search is becoming AI search. If you use any kind of search with ChatGPT or Gemini, that is actually going to be the driving force. Google is already transitioning to generating AI results. So eventually, when you go to Google and you type in a query, you're actually getting an AI result. So in order for our businesses to be successful in an AI-driven search environment, we need to plan accordingly. So regardless of what you're using, if you're a large business, which none of us are, your business information is already in the training data. So when a search engine goes or somebody asks a question about the best product and they're asking about a GE washing machine, that information is likely in the training data. But if they're asking about a local service business in Columbus, Georgia, or they're looking for a service provider in the area that you're served, what those large language models are doing, they're actually conducting a search. So if ChatGPT, for example, if your customer's in ChatGPT and they're trying to find the best whatever service you offer in your area and they would like to know which one they should choose, ChatGPT uses Bing and it actually generates 3 or 4 or 5 search queries, and then it pulls the results of those search queries, uses the LLM to actually generate a response, and then displays that information to your user. So although search is different, it still uses traditional search in order to generate those results. So if you're a small business, what you need to understand is how do you influence or how do you create content? How do you get cited or found by those LLMs when they're actually doing that search? And here's some things that will help you with that. If you will act like a customer and go into ChatGPT or Gemini and do a search the way you would do a search if you were a customer. Now that means don't use like buzzwords or business like insider information. Imagine if you're a plumber and your toilet's broke or your hot water heater's busted and you need to find somebody who can fix your hot water heater, right? Ask the query the way your customers would ask the query. And then when you go to the bottom, you're going to find the sources that model cites to give you that result. That is the result of that search engine doing a search. Look at those sources, and here's what you're going to find. If you're a local small business, those sources are going to include articles or blog posts from local area business websites. It's going to include links from like Better Business Bureau. It's going to include information from Google Business Profile. If it's ChatGPT, it's probably going to include references from like Yelp. You're going to find directories. You're going to find lists. You're going to find information in there that you have the ability to either create content better than that source or to get listed on those on those resources. So if you're a small business, here's what you need to do. Make sure that your Google Business Profile is optimized to the best possible way. Connect it back and forth to your business. Have service pages that are connected to your Google Business Profile. Google Business Profile connected back to your service pages. Have that worked out great. Make sure your Yelp is updated. Make sure you're active on Reddit. Make sure that you are in all of the key directories, industry-specific directories that have high value and authority. And if you will do those kinds of things, you will start showing up in AI results and you'll outperform your competitors.